welcome to another episode of Sports Guru's channel. I'm your host, Sports Guru, also known as Saints2232, and I'm glad to host everyone on this great show of mine that I am showing you my gaming acumen, and I'm just hoping that everyone enjoys and has a great time watching. So, hope everybody enjoys, and let's get started.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
They'll start with the option. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes
he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 34 yards the gain that time, another first down.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they They spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First down. Here's Ritter. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a lot. There he goes, left side. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Well, so much for the opening drive being capped off by a field goal, CD. It's capped off by a touchdown after all, except I don't think in the manner that we were expecting.
No doubt about that, because you sent me a note earlier in the week saying you thought special teams might play a big role in this one. I don't know that you expected it this early in the game.
No, I didn't. That was a pretty impressive play, and what a way to get their first points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
On play action, here's Ritter. He's got his man London right side. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Option play. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ritter, open man downfield is Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Just a 4-play drive that time. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. As you get a peek at a man who entered the league in 2012 as a third-round draft pick, Nick Foles.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. The 1st down, they say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable here for Callaway. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A give to Kamara running right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. There's Foles. Rolling to his left. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. And they just could not stop him defensively. Hit the 200-yard mark, went over that, but he didn't score one time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because normally when you have that kind of performance, you hit on a couple of big, long runs, a 60-yarder, a 70-yarder. But for him, it was more like a 10 here, a 20 there. He spent the entire game just wearing down that defense.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Now Foles. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This take it in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost.
We ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Ritter. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Edwards. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Oh, the return is Callaway. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. The room to maneuver. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Good for the Saints. 1st and 10.
Foles. And complete, right side to Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 2nd down, Kamara. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill from 8 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
This is why a lot of play calls road play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind him for a touchdown.
Lots of look down the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll go option to the short side. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Ritter to throw it. Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 9. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Ritter back to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
Just keeping the play alive. And he wisely will throw that one away. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. They topped the 200-yard mark a week ago. You know they're going to have a lot of eyes and hopefully for them bodies on him here in this one.
You've got to expect defensively, forget 8 men in the box. 9, 10,
11.
Hey, listen, they're trying to sneak you and me in there to try and slow him down. But I bet his offensive line mates are going to accept that challenge. They really like blocking for a guy who can turn up that kind of yardage.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Back to throw now on first down. They'll roll him out right, and brought in by the tight end Cook.
Go, go, go!
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big...
Here we go, here we go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Open man is Kyle Pitt. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. This pass is caught by London. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ritter now. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. This time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles sliding out of the pocket. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. A give. This is Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Time to get another look at Drake London and the Falcons' offense. He's done his part, but so far it's been a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that, They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far, he's north of 100 yards receiving. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On first down, Ritter. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
It's not just having two hands on the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And his throw here is incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for three, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Skirts by him at the 35. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38, Foles. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now this will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now this will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick. And nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul search. Ritter's throw taken in by Ridley here. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Now Callaway on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Foles. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Foles. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Falcons offense set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'd be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Foles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice it.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The play-action fake, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Complete, it's Johnson. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
26-yard attempt.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to our land. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
This will be fielded inside the 5. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Foles.
That's good.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting. Second down, here's an option right. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Here's Ritter. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ritter on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Ritter from the gun on third down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Saints coming out now to take the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
That's good for the Saints.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They go play action here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, here's Kamara.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's at the 40, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help.
Offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Take it in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. The last time everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick 6, and now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now third down and 6 to go. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling. Want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now an option play on second down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Ritter back to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck. desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Working from the gun, Ritter.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 39, Foles. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd and a couple, Foles.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 15. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Ritter to throw it. That's into the hands of Edwards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Bradley Pinion now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's good for a Saints. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Kamara. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch it. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
That's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Jarvis Landry taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Lutz with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So out come the Falcons now.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Right back to Pitts again. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. Into the hands of London. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 2nd and very short, Ritter. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Ritter from the gun. Touchdown! Bryan Edwards. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. A 10-play drive that time, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And they're going to speed things up here. On the ground, Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable here for Callaway. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And quickly, they get to the line.
That's good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Saints are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st down, Ritter.
Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ritter. So they wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Callaway from 21 yards away. And the Saints continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ritter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Ritter on 1st and 10. It's Edwards again. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Check pink. Check right. Black white. Opposite. Green. Smith red. Hut. Go.
This is Hunt on the draw play. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Ritter. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting. He's able to convert for 3.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Full throw complete there to Thomas. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Here's Foles. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Kamara trying the right side. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now Foles. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is it. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. But that play, a mess from beginning to end.
Especially since not only do you take what likely would have been 3 points off the board, but now after the return, the other guys are set up with terrific field position. So essentially, you've traded what we think would be 3 points to a possible 6 points, but for the other team. That's a bad trade no matter how you look at it.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Ritter. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now they're in the hurry-up.
He's brought down back at his own 7-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Saints, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
It's week 9 of the National Football League, and we've got Marshawn Lattimore. He's been an active player on that defense with 34 tackles this year. It's the Saints and the Packers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw on target to James. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard at the 24. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first. On the counter, here's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Rodgers. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, the return is Callaway. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Play action now. Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total is scary. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Winston. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On play action. Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Winston. And complete, right side to Cook. Touchdown! Jared Cook scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, building his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes?
Because ultimately to me,
4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing is Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
when you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage and your tight end on that one.
Open man left side, it's the tight end DeGuara. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Jones 2 trips last week to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most,
That Jones is hit. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs work?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow the touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, they'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Solid way to start the drive. bring up the first. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Throwing for his running back. He's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's James.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
First down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays.
At this one, Dennis Allen not happy, so he is throwing the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to fall.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This would indeed remain a completed pass.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Winston now to throw on 1st down.
He completes it to Olave.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. 4th down. Winston got his tight end. That's complete. That's Cook. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook. 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 21-3 is your score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. Rodgers again now. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Demario Davis there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Kamara to about the 35, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Winston. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
It's a game lead. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Play fake. Winston rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Here we go with Kamara. And I'm not sure he got there. They did. But it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because play defense and pin them deep. You know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going forward there was the right call.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got it to Treadwell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down the sack back at the 16-yard line. David Onyemata in there to get him, and on the
the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly,
and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Oh, this is blocked. The Saints have got it. The big fella. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is.
Touchdown, New Orleans! That kick return TD is 98 yards in length, and the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. Throw right side, held in by Dobbs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Here's Rodgers. James has got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. A beautiful fake. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 38, Rodgers. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers get a bit closer. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. On second down, Kamara. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Olave over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They go play action. Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14. From the 38, Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Alonso looked at the extra point. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 38, Rodgers. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. on first down. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard mark.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one. Runs out.
So we've reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into... quarter number 3. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They start the second half with Kamara, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So, I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on this schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. On play action, Winston on the move to his left. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. So another touchdown there, even though we're still just here in the third quarter. Hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Rodgers going to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Rodgers again now. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Eric Wilson. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. They'll roll him out right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12. Winston, catch here, left side, Thomas.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Play fake. Winston. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
Quick slant to Watson. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far, up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the move, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action now. Winston. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Cook. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From the 35 on second down. Winston. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ballgame. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
That's good for a Saints. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A first down throw for Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
That's good for a Saints.
And this will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is out of bounds here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
the shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football.
Have to review the play.
It's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there. That's going to cost him the first of his timeout. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints will. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So a fake field goal run in for the touchdown. That can be a huge momentum swing.
And that's got to drive a defensive coach and a special teams coach crazy. Someone else running it in on a fake field goal when you're supposed to be alert for it. Terrific play by the offense, not so much by the defense.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
Back now here live in New Orleans from the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught by Treadwell. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. The 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He completes it to Treadwell. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Desperate coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Back near his own goal line, Winston sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. Ooh, the juke. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On play action, Winston. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up as... Rodgers now on first down. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Muscling free near the 40. down the left sideline. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that challenge is successful. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and goal. Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And some room to run now. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 163 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Rodgers.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The point after is good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They go play action. Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd down, Winston.
Complete to Olave on the out route. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Again, this is Kamara. Gets around him. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting the game.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, Winston.
He completes it to Olave. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Jameis to throw it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? But this one wasn't sleeping, maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now, they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play fake. Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They'll try and sneak it. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
On the delay, Jones. And maybe
be a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's caught by Treadwell. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Yet another pass into the hands of Tunyon. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And quickly they get to the line.
That's good for a save.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. About those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Here's Mostert. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Raheem Mostert, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. Wants to try and the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. And that's caught inside the 35. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. it.